Combustion.
Whoa, 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 whoa. They running the game with my team making plays. Talking 80, my G's, 100 jewels in this place. Surrounded by dogs, keep the quarterback safe. I'm the one with the plans, they gon' do what I say. The game is not over, we don't celebrate in the end zone. We don't got no time in the wait. H-time run down, we don't premeditate. We just go and get to it, we got them on skates. If the game going to overtime, kicking the overdrive, we gon' be first at the finish line. Play looking full, but I finish mine. Can I get second? We gon' line up like it's dinner time. We put in work till we get us a ring. Super Bowl season, we running the scene. H-time the home of the realest that breathe. Keep your face down when you talk to the king.
What up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the H-Town Rundown. This is your boy AD, and I got my co-host in the building, Clayton. What up, man? How you doing on this wonderful Friday evening?
No complaints, man. Blessed, bro. Look, shout out school teachers. School's out for the next 2.5 weeks. Y'all deserve it. Kick your feet up. How you doing, sir?
Absolutely, man. I'm doing wonderful. It's another victory Friday, another victory week for the Houston Texans. That's 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's Booker T.
That's 6. That's 6 in a row. 6 in a row. The Houston Texans have won and been victorious, and the streak is still alive. Last week we were saying keep the streak alive. This week I'm pulling out the old Al Davis. Is it Al Davis? Al Davis, the former owner of the Raiders?
Al Davis, just win, baby.
Just win, baby. Just win, baby. That's all we're looking for the Houston Texans is to win out. And they got a team right now in the I'm calling them Oakland Raiders, the Vegas Raiders on Sunday. That they gotta go ahead and handle business and go ahead and take the dub and just do what you need to do. The Raiders right now, they don't want to be a real NFL franchise. They don't want to be a real team. You just got to go ahead and do what you do, take care of business, and win the game. Just win, baby.
Yeah. I mean, look, man, we're going to get into a lot more stuff, but look, we talked about it off stream. Look, it's offensive what the Raiders have put on the field. I'm really limiting what I want to say, but yes, if you are any shred of who you should be, handling your business is not even what we're going to call this. This is just, bro, just go out there and do it. Just come on now. What we're talking about, just go win. Get that 10th win on the board, which would be 3 straight 10-win seasons, by the way, for D'Amico. 3 straight for those
first time in NFL history, rookie NFL, well, first time NFL coach, first time quarterback combination has 3 10-win seasons back to back
in a row.
It's never happened before. So shout out to CJ Stroud and D'Amico Ryans. We getting to 10. We getting to 10 for sure. It's all about taking it to the next level. After that. But going into it, they had a game before last week, against the Cardinals, and it was a dominant performance, but it had some little leaks in the chain, and I was kind of nervous a little bit about the defense. The number one defense in the NFL let Trey McBride go crazy. Scared.
Yeah, I mean, look, bro, Trey McBride is that guy. Like, no, as the kids say, no glaze at all to say this, but he's legit probably like, if he's not the best tight end in football right now, he's no worse than top 3. And we watched this man dictate entire drives. Like, he was responsible for that first 14 points. Like, made no mistake. He was that guy. He was that dominant. And yeah, I mean, look, we're not going to get into the speculation of why Will Anderson, for example, didn't speak to media last week, whatever. But still, like D'Amico Ryans himself said, yeah, we won, but that is not our standard at all. And look, I respect that, right? That's, don't ignore in victory what you would highlight in defeat, right? So yeah, you gave up only 20, but it's to a Cardinals team who they're not good. They're not that much better than the Raiders, but hey, credit to Jacoby Brissett. He stayed upright. He delivered the ball. Credit to Trey McBride. He dominated. Thankfully, your offense, had a great day. 40 burger, right? So your offense kind of carried you. We're not used to that. But speaking of defenses, I mean, we got some other supposed top defenses in the Rams and the Seahawks who just let up basically 40 points each. So
Mm-hmm.
every defense basically took this week off in a sense. So, you know,
Yeah, the Texans still hold the number one defensive ranking in multiple categories. But again, to the point, I understand Trey McBride is that guy, but we faced plenty of good tight ends this year. We faced the Mark Andrews, we faced the George Kittle, we faced the Travis Kelsey. Some of the top tight ends in the league, we faced them and we've held them in check. Don't let this be the chink in the great Texan defense armor.
true.
Is that, oh, if you got a tight end that's athletic that can make plays, he's going to be able to go off on you.
Hmm.
Another test is back to back. You got Brock Bowers,
Yeah.
who athletic is an athletic freak at the tight end position and has all the talent in the world, but can you stop him? Because literally he's about not literally, I won't say literally because they do have Ashton Genty, but I mean it's Genty and Brock Bowers and nothing else for
Mhm.
the Las Vegas Raiders. So you gotta handle business and take care of those two. And then
I was also gonna say like the Cardinals dropped 20 partly because the O line did such a good job neutralizing the pass rush. The
mhm.
Raiders don't have that. So that's where I'm like, yeah, they got GT, yeah, they got Bowers, but your quarterback has to be standing upright to deliver the ball to either one. And yeah, so I fully expect, mm, mm, mm,
I mean, we said that against the Cardinals, and because the Cardinals was on their third iteration of offensive tackles, they was on their third set of tackles, and we still couldn't touch Brissett but one time. So yeah, it was a that has me a little nervous, a
yeah,
little concerned. I was
yeah,
expecting 2 sacks apiece for Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter,
it's
but
true. And then go
uh,
back to the Chiefs game also. Like,
yeah,
yeah, I get it. Credit to Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, but like, nah, they were down three starting no linemen, and that was not what I expected. So yeah, you're right.
yeah, we gotta handle business and we gotta make some changes defensively, but the Texans have battled through this season, kind of really came through this season relatively unscathed health wise, outside of the Joe Mixons of them all. But as far as, you lost CJ for 3 games, you lost Petrie for 3 games. Nico Collins missed a game. Was it 1 or 2 games that you missed Nico Collins? I think it was one game you missed Nico
What
Collins.
what did he have? It wasn't a hammy, was it? Like what was
Yeah,
it?
it was a hamstring, I think. It was a
Hamstring,
hamstring. It was either that or concussion, one of the two.
concussion. That's what it was. It
Yeah.
was concussion. That's what it was.
And so you've been able to be relatively healthy most of the year. And yes, you're banged up. Um, looking at the injury report, you
Hmm.
know, um, it's probably going to give me a second, y'all, because I gotta pull it up and lay
I,
my eyes on it.
yeah, I got it up if you need.
Yeah. So right now, it's just that fast. So you got Aziz Al Shair, who has an ankle and knee injury. He's questionable. You got Kamari Lassiter, who's been dealing with a foot injury all season, but he's cleared to play. He is going to play. I know that some people wanted to say, "Hey, it's the Raiders. Let's go ahead and sit Kamari." Now let Kamari go ahead and do his thing and continue to have a Pro Bowl type season. Christian Kirk, who came down with an illness today, is questionable. You got Nick Chubb, who's battling that rib injury, who didn't play against the Cardinals, but he had 2 full participation practices. He's questionable, likely to play though. Derek Stingley, who has an oblique injury, he was limited today. He's questionable. I don't expect to see Derek Stingley on Sunday. Woody Marks, who's been, I
Hmm.
mean, knee injury, ankle injury, foot, whatever you name it, Woody has battled. And I think it was a funny stat that he has the most games of coming out for injury
Like
and
five.
returning
I think
and
like five.
returning.
Something like
um, so he's done it just about every game, but he I don't expect to see Woody Marks play this game either. With Nick Chubb coming back and with Jawar Jordan having the game that he had against the Cardinals, I don't expect Woody Marks to play. But this is just AD and his personal
mm,
opinion. You had Jake Hansen who had a chest injury. He's cleared to play. EJ Speed, who didn't play last week, he's cleared to play from a knee injury. You got Daryl Taylor, who's been activated on that 21-day window from injury reserve. Don't know if he's going to be activated to the active roster or not. But he's questionable. You know, it all depends if they're going to activate him on game day or not, which
Mm,
they may to sit a Will Anderson and Daniil Hunter.
mm,
We'll see. But you got Trent Brown. He had a hand injury. I think he had a broken finger or something like that. But
mm,
he's listed to play. You have Justin Watson, who's still on his second week of his 21-day window with a calf injury coming back off of injury reserve, and he's questionable to return. So we'll see if he gets activated. And then you have Sheldon Rankins, who's good to go, and Danico Autry,
mm.
who's good to go. I think they're one of the two of the older guys on the injury. Them and Trent Brown are two the three of the older, players on the roster, and I think they get a lot of rest days.
Yeah.
So I see those guys playing, and I see the Texans resting certain players. I can see an Aziz resting. I can see Derek Stingley resting. I can see Woody Marks resting. I can even see maybe Dalton Schultz. You
Mm.
know, they stupid. Brandon say Trent broke his finger reaching for those Magic City wings. Hey, look, I said it before on the All 22, man. Trent Brown is a legit 6'10", 400.
Big
Like,
dude.
I
Big dude, bro.
look, if anybody watched Varsity Blues, he is the Black Billy Bob of the Houston Texans, and he is a gigantic human being. I've met Titus Howard in person, have a picture with Titus Howard. Titus Howard is a legit 6'5", 6'6", like not even exaggerated, and that's without cleats.
Yeah.
Trent Brown was towering over Titus Howard, like towering over, like Titus Howard's head meets Trent Brown's shoulder.
Dang.
So yeah, Trent Brown is a gigantic human being, and more power to him. But yeah, no, it's the injury report. Like I said, the Texans beat up. This is a game that you should be able to rest certain players and still be able to pull the game off
Mm.
because the Raiders are trying to actively lose the game. Because they're currently seated as the number 2 pick in the NFL draft, and they're going to going to need a quarterback.
Yep.
Now, I don't know how great this draft is, but um, either way, you can get you a top player, and you would always want the number 1 pick if you're able to get it. But I think it's between them and Tennessee because the Saints said F the number 1 pick because they've won the last 2 games in a row against the Panthers and against the Buccaneers. They won. They're beating up on their division. That division is crazy
Mm.
because they may have a division winner that doesn't have a winning record. With the Carolina Panthers and Buccaneers, and
Yeah.
I think the Falcons got eliminated, but I was like, it was almost where the Falcons could still make the playoffs. But
Yeah.
right now it's between the Buccaneers and the Panthers, and they'll have a losing record.
Mm.
But other than that, going back to the nitty gritty of it all, um, man, what did you think about Jordan's performance? And then we'll go into if he can repeat that against the
Yeah.
good old Raiders.
Yeah. I'll keep it brief. I'm happy for Jawar, man. He has not had an easy road for those who know. For those who've kept up, 6th-round pick.
Mhm.
Um, heck, I think he was cut once or twice. Um, Almost like a little bit of a Jose Altuve story, He's had to keep showing up, keep getting passed over, right, for the Rays and whomever else, and he finally got his number called again, this time due to injuries like Chubb with the rib and, Darius still been there, but still, Jawar finally got the call up and he made the most of it. I mean, when he took that 50-yard run, look, I thought he might go to the house, but
Hey.
nah. He ran out of gas at like the 30. So when he started long legging like that, I said, he done. But still, he had burst, he had vision, he added a dimension to this offense. We had he added a dimension to this offense that's been sorely missing, even with Woody Marks. Like Woody Marks is a great finisher. He's physical, right? He can run between the tackles. Like he's slithery, quick, But Jawar, that's different. Like Jawar got, yeah, like nah, Jawar got that takeoff speed. Like what I don't know the announcer's name, but like when Chris Johnson, if you know the famous Chris Johnson clip, he
Mhm.
got getting away from the cop speed. That's you know, like, Jawar Jordan has a little bit of that where
Gus
if you
Johnson is his name.
yeah, Chris Johnson. So
No, I'm
yeah,
saying no. The announcer's name is Gus Johnson.
oh Gus Johnson, right.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, so I'm happy for Jawar. Bro, week 15. Your first 100-yard rusher. He better have gotten a contract, and he better be starting this week. That's the conclusion for me. Is he better be the starting running back this week? Chubb is RB2, and you just do it again. It's the Raiders. Like
Yeah.
let Jawar eat. You feed the hot hen, and you enjoy that added dimension to your run game of burst and speed that makes you miss a Joe Mixon because you see the cutback lanes that are there. You see them that are there, and Jawar can hit those cutback lanes. Now, you give them that same 50-yard run from like their 40, that's a house call. You
Mm-hmm.
know, so yeah, man.
Absolutely, man. Look, Jawar Jordan absolutely needs to take a bulk of the carries with Nick Chubb dealing with a rib injury and trying to come back. Um, and you don't want to really put the ball in, Dario Gumbawale's hand,
Mm-mm.
even though the last time he had a carry, I mean, it
Yeah,
was amazing against the
yeah,
Chiefs. It was like the perfect carry ever.
yeah,
They did everything right, but definitely, you need to see Jawar Jordan. It's almost like a tryout. And I said this on the Attack on Texan podcast. Shout out to Ruben and Wheelhouse Media. But I said this game is kind of feeling like a preseason game. It's like you trying to, get all the bugs out right before what up, Rafa? Um, right before the playoff run is that you're trying to get all the kinks and the bugs out of what you got going on, different plays you want to try, different players you want to see who can be contributors to the playoff run. Which I think very much so, Jawar Jordan is going to be that guy. I think we saw that in the Cardinals game with Damone Clark. They were trying to see can we, rely on this guy to play him some on defense if Aziz gets hurt or if Henry Toa gets hurt. Can we put him next to Christian Harris and EJ Speed to be one of these linebackers to help out in case of emergency? So you see the Texans kind of plug and playing certain guys just to see what they're going to do, especially the last game and this game. So hopefully, we can see a lot of Jawar Jordan and get an. I need him to score a touchdown, man. I just need Jawar to score a touchdown. And Clayton, I know you weren't here with the origination of the H Town Rundown, but Chris Royal, C Royal, shout out, rest in peace, C Royal, one of the founders of the H Town Rundown. He was a Jawar Jordan stan, and he would jump and scream about Jawar Jordan through that whole pre-draft process. And when we drafted Jawar Jordan, he acted a plum fool and was celebrating because he knew Jawar Jordan. The type of game Jawar Jordan had on Sunday was everything that Chris Royal preached about and what Jawar Jordan could do and what could be as a Houston Texan running back. Only thing, and I said, I'm gonna say this: only things that scares me about Jawar Jordan is that he looks like Tank Dell in the backfield.
yeah.
He is a small guy. I think he's like what 5'8", 175 pounds soaking wet. Which is basically Tank Dell with pause it if you want to, thicker thigh muscles. So that's about it. But definitely want to see him and a few others that they're bringing. I want to see some more Naquan Jones as well at defensive tackle. He's another guy they got some spot duty last Sunday with the injury of Mario Edwards Jr. being put on injury reserve. Um, we're going to see more of him. And then they brought back Marcus Harris as well. Graffa said this game is most definitely an equivalency to a preseason game. Rest starters and let's see what the young Bulls got in their tank. I agree. First things first, you got to get a lead.
Right.
You got to do exactly what you did against the Cardinals and put 17 to 20 points on the board in the first quarter.
Yeah.
And then you let the young guys rock in the second half and you just put it on cruise control and go from there. And you make it and get ready because you have a shorter week because you got to play the Chargers on a Saturday. So,
Yeah,
um, definitely. But I mean, what are your keys to the game, Clayton, that you want to see with the Texans?
sure. All right, so keys to the game. So key number one, you facing the worst offense in the NFL. They are ranked. The Raiders are ranked dead last in yards per game. I don't have the exact yardage number in front of me, but it's low. And you have the lowest point scoring offense in the NFL. That one I do know, 14 points a game. Key number one, keep them out of the end zone. Okay, just we talked about upstream, right? Like, is it unrealistic to ask for a shutout? Maybe a little bit, but
Mhm.
no, I think you need to, I guess, to them, redeem yourselves, right? Play back up to your standard. And I think this is a good way to do that. So keep as many points on the board as possible.
Mhm.
Key number two, CJ Stroud needs to continue to flex his muscles and grow Nick Haley's offense. I need to see CJ Stroud continue his hot streak, just stay fluid, take what the defense gives you, right? Even against the Raiders, take what the defense gives you, be efficient, stay on schedule. And I guess you can attach converting the red zone as also key number two,
Mhm.
converting the red zone. So there's that. And then key number three, honestly, for me, get the run game going. We were talking about it. Like, the run game has been the weakest part of your offense all season long. Amongst everything else, a lot of what is led to red zone issues and ineffective offense and inconsistency with staying on the field. You cannot run the football enough. So I
Mhm.
think as many chances as you get to build up your confidence and to have the Jawars get confident, right? Heck, Nick Chubb, because let's be honest, he hasn't looked anything like a guy you can really depend on. Um, get your run game going, right? Like, stay committed to it. And
Mhm.
again, by doing that, you are giving the rest of your team breaks while on the field. Like, you're doing a whole lot of good there. So, so again, keep points off the board, get the run game going, convert in the red zone / CJ stay efficient. Those are
Yeah.
kind of my keys.
Um, I'm on board with all of that, especially getting the run game going. My thing is continue to keep CJ Stroud upright.
Yep.
Continue to let CJ Stroud get in a groove and let him do what he does. Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
That's a great, yeah, that's it right there. David, we should see Davis Mills in the game at some point, probably mid to late third quarter.
Yeah,
That's where it should be. That's a
yeah.
good take.
Look,
Great.
I agree. And again, the Graffa's point, get Hutch and Higgins going early, establish the pass game. That part is yeah, they toasted buns. You know
What?
how you like it at Whataburger, get them toasted.
Mm.
But it's the point of I need CJ Stroud to continue to have a level of consistency.
What is this?
I'm
Score two.
wanting the Texans to score a lot of points, but at the
Get
same
that
time, I want
angry.
the Raiders to score like two tutties just to keep the nah.
Keep him angry.
Nah,
Nah.
they already angry for letting McBride go off on him for 130 yards, and
Wait, no, yeah, they hot. Yeah, they hot.
they already pissed off.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
nah, but it's just the point of I want to emphasize this that CJ Stroud needs to have the consistency. Excuse me, and then he needs to um be able to get other guys involved. I
Mhm.
don't need he's too reliant, and I don't want to be this like a bash thing because CJ Stroud has been playing great football, but I don't need CJ Stroud to be too reliant on Dalton Schultz and Nico Collins. I need him to start being able to have that. What game was that? He spread the ball around. Was it the
49.
Bills game? Oh,
49.
49ers game. 49ers
That
game.
was that's probably going to be peak CJ performance in a regular season. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
saying it's over with, but like, if you ever want to take a game, because Nico was on the field for that game, so
Hmm.
if you ever want a game where CJ really was doing his thing, it's the 49ers game.
Yeah.
That's what we'll look at.
Yeah. And that's what I need him to start getting in the groove with is that find other options outside of Schultz and Nico Collins. What up, Big V? And we definitely need to get to see what Higgins. I know Higgins has made plays here and there, but getting Higgins comfortable in the offense, getting other guys comfortable in the offense. Honestly, and I know this may touch a lot of people the wrong way. And I don't want to say touched a lot of people. That sounds too much like Diddy, R. Kelly. But this may, rub people. That don't even sound right either. But people may get angry at it is that what can Christian Kirk provide to this offense in certain spots in the playoffs? I'm not expecting Christian Kirk to be a factor majorly, but you need guys to stay involved so that when the time comes and it's time to make a nice play or a clutch play, that you don't have the situation where Christian Kirk drops the ball like a couple weeks ago and everybody was pissed off. And everybody was mad at Christian Kirk because he dropped the ball on the sideline. I
Mhm.
think a lot of these players and a lot of these, quarterbacks and wide receivers, they need repetition. They need the
Mhm.
ball to touch their hands for them to get in rhythm. And I think a lot of those players are rhythm players. So you need these guys, you need games like this to
Mhm.
build that kind of chemistry for CJ and Christian Kirk and CJ and Jalen Noel and the CJ and Jaden Higgins, especially when those guys are when you got Nico Collins and Dalton Schultz that are probably going to be sitting early.
Yeah.
Um, so again, let CJ, yeah, you want Davis Mills in the second half, but I say let CJ roll out there into the third quarter, middle of
Mhm.
the third quarter, see what he does the first couple series in the third quarter, and then you sit him. But um, I think that part again, I agree with the run the ball effectively. Let Jawar cook. And defense, my thing is I'm expecting pure dominance.
Yeah.
I need to have pure dominance with the Texans, even from the reserves and the reserve of the reserves. I need them all. This should be like we talked about, and we talked about it 2 weeks ago. This should be a shutout game for the
Yeah.
Houston Texans. At the very least, don't allow them to score a touchdown.
Yeah.
So,
No, well said. No, and again, if you're a Raiders fan that's lurking up in here, like this is no disrespect to the Raiders, but the stats are the stats, the results are the results. This is best defense versus worst offense. One is vying for an AFC championship crown. The other one is sitting second place in next year's draft order. Like,
mhm.
if you are anything of what you're trying to be, this should not be. This should not be that hard to do. Like we should not see you winning off of a walk off 53-yard field goal. That should not be the case. Like that's a
Mhm.
failure if it comes to that.
Absolutely.
Even if you win, that's a failure right there. That's regression right there. So there's no reason why. Um,
Mhm.
yeah. Again, no disrespect, but it just kind of is what it is. It is what it is. Because and then to your point about Higgins, I mean, look, I just also did a report for Battle Red. I do a focus piece with them on Higgins and Noel,
Mhm.
weekly update. And I mean, this is one of the easiest ones I wrote because all I had to do was just write zeros and all the stat lines, you know, like besides Noel's 60s something odd, 69-yard kick return,
Yeah.
zeros, right? And it happened like that game showed me it could happen way too easily if they let it. Like
Mhm.
the Texans are actually, funny enough, they're undefeated. They're 7-0 in games where Higgins has at least 4 catches or a touchdown pass in the game. Like they're
Mhm.
7-0. So it's like they make contributions, and when they do, they're impactful. Like it's not empty calorie stats. But you also see, like you said, where if the run game's clicking and Dalton and Nico's getting most of the attention in the pass game, those other pieces get phased out. So it's like
Mhm.
you just we're not saying this arbitrarily. You to go back to the Jawar Jordan point, you want as many explosive, game-changing players on the field at one time as possible.
Mhm.
That's the point that we're trying to make. Jawar Jordan having juice is not just about him, it's about this team. You can tell when these explosive players are not on the field, you can tell.
Yeah.
So it's like you need as many explosive players as possible. That's why Christian Kirk is kind of getting side-eyed because he is not explosive. He is not. He's not a guy who like he takes over games. His best game was against the Bills. Credit to him. But outside of that, like before that and after that, like what so
He's been hurt. He's been hurt most of the season. But again, he's a veteran guy who understands what the Texans are trying to do on the offensive side of the football. And um I'm gonna talk about that in a little bit,
trying to
Brandon.
get cute, Seattle
So
cute.
yeah, no, but definitely, this is a game where you get guys comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
You get guys comfortable so that you can be able to rely on them in peak moments in the playoffs so that they can, it's almost like in basketball when you got a guy who comes off the bench and hits the corner three
Yeah.
and possibly wins the game, or in the clutch moment hits that corner three.
Yeah.
So that's what you kind of expecting from the Christian Kirks and Jalen Knowles at this point of the season, even Jaden Higgins at this point of the season, is that you just need them to hit the corner three. We just need them to be a consistent Reed Shepard.
I'm sorry. Can this be a game we're talking about, like, being able to give guys off? Can we just use this game to give Noel all of Kirk's touches? Like, can this be that game?
I'm gonna tell you, and I hate to be the bearer of bad news for people. It's not gonna happen this year for Noel, and I just don't think that is necessary for him to get the time on the field. Um, he has all of next year, and I need people to realize Jalen Noel is here for 3 additional years after this year. This isn't Jalen Noel's only year with the Houston Texans, so you don't have to squeeze all the juice out the lemon right now.
Gotta be a lemon. Hey, bro.
um,
I went to that is because you know who's coming back, right? You
mhm.
Tank, you know that guy. So it's like Tank is on the field. Look, you're gonna have Nico, Higgins, Tank. That's your three right there. With the tight end. Noel even would struggle to fit into that. But that's be a good thing because Tank is somebody who you would pick over Noel.
Mhm.
So a lot of it for me is like, well, dang, before Tank gets back, at least see what you got because if not, bars. If not, then when Tank gets back, you know. Oh, hold on, Brandon. Talk about Tank and Robert Woods.
Yeah, like I think the whole point of it is that like there's going to be enough because the way they rotate guys, and then you forgot about Xavier Hutchinson too, who's still on the roster as well. But it's just the point of you got to have a staple, and
Oh,
we
that's
don't
what he's
know.
saying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, that's what he's saying. He said we didn't say that about Tank and Robert Woods. So I guess, and Brandon, correct me if I'm wrong. So what he's saying is like to say like Robert Woods didn't get the runway for touches because of Tank having 3 more years. I think that's what he's trying to say. Yeah, he said Robert Woods needs a snaps, quote unquote. We have Tank for 3 more years. So I guess that's what he's trying to say.
Yeah, I mean the whole point about it is that Tank was legitimately better, and there's an argument to say that yes, Noel runs fast. He's a fast receiver, and everybody loves the fast receiver. But can we really say Noel is a good route runner, or that Noel is actively one of those wiggle type of guys? I know we talk about how Woody Marks doesn't have the wiggle that Jawar Jordan has. I'm telling you this right now. We've watched Jalen Noel on kick return and punt return all season long. You cannot tell me that Jalen Noel has Tank Dell type of wiggle,
No,
or he
lie.
doesn't even. When I'm being honest with you, I don't think he even has Christian Kirk type wiggle.
Oh my! I was with you before you said that.
Look,
Oh
I'm
no,
I'm telling you this right now. Christian Kirk, and I'm not trying
Kirk
to
got wiggle.
yeah, I'm not trying to pom pom from Christian Kirk, but y'all forcing me to pom pom from Christian Kirk.
I just never heard those words before in the same sentence.
It's just the point of Christian Kirk is more at this point. Christian Kirk is more dynamic in a sense of he's not faster, and I need y'all to get this understood. Please understand what I'm saying because I'm not saying that Christian Kirk is a more talented player than Jalen Noel. What I am saying is that Christian Kirk does things better than Jalen Noel at this point in his career. So, pull up, no.
I was just about to say I hear Brandon typing right now.
Look at this. I will say this though. I gave Nick Caley a lot of crap about the Wale cat and the Wale Cat reverse.
Mm-hmm.
The Wale Cat reverse was so bad that it could have actually worked. The Wale Cat was so bad that it could have actually worked. I will go back and say and need y'all to go back and watch the All 22 on your own. YouTube was a hater and took it down. Um, but I will tell you this: if Daria Gumbawale just hands the ball off to Xavier Hutchinson, you're asking Xavier Hutchinson to all he has to do is beat a defensive tackle around the corner. There's literally no one else to stop Xavier Hutchinson from getting in the end zone other than a defensive tackle that's 8 yards away.
Mm-hmm.
It all is so bad that it could have worked because all the defensive players, everybody was going straight to Dare.
Mm-hmm.
So you literally had like three Texans on one defensive back for the Cardinals. So I just need y'all to keep that, Nick Cayley, just a little slander, just tone it down just a little bit. But
Yeah.
um yeah, I understand Reggie getting more reps will help it with his development, but I'm telling you, it's not the time to play. Let's see what you can do. You know, it's
Yeah.
not we're in the middle of a undefeated streak, in the middle of a playoff push at the end of the season. This isn't a time to say, "Oh, hey, Jalen, no, we know you don't have it all together. Let's go out there and throw you out there and let you figure it out, and could
Yeah.
potentially cost us a game that either affects the playoff seedings or affects us from winning the division or affects us from even making the playoffs.
Yeah.
Now you don't want that kid to have his confidence damaged, and you don't want that kid to potentially um lose, like make him an enemy of the state.
Right.
And again, like Big B say, Tank was so special that Bobby was forced to play him. And I agree. Like Jalen Noel is not Tank Dell at all. Like the caliber of player, they're not the levels. There's levels to
Yeah.
it.
Tank different boy. Tank was different boy.
Is he is a different animal.
Tank was different boy. That. Whew.
Look,
Whew.
I'm gonna say this: Jalen Noel's specialty was getting deep behind the defense. That was it, and running in a straight line.
Yeah. I was just about
So
to say yeah. Straight
That
line.
that was his whole. If you look at Jalen Noel's highlight tape, that's all Jalen Noel did was run straight, catch the ball. There was no zig, there was no zag, there was no cut across the field, there was no loop de loops. He didn't do all that. He literally just ran straight, ran past people, and was catching touchdowns. That was it.
Yeah.
That was Jalen Noel in a nutshell. And then in the NFL, you can't run past everybody. So yes, you can get open occasionally, but if it's not a straight line or a straight corner post route, I don't think he's effective.
Mm.
Um, and I'm not. And my thing is, that you can ruin confidence against the Raiders because if Jalen Noel goes out there and fumbles the ball twice,
Mm.
hey. But again, like I said, I don't want this to be a crap on Jalen Noel or whatever.
Sure.
I just want to do a reverse of the great GOAT of wrestling, John Cena.
Mm.
His time is not now, but his
Mm.
time is up. You did I say it right? Did I do it right? Um,
Sir,
his
listen.
time is not up, and his time is not now.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Yeah.
That's better, right? That's better.
We'll go. We'll go. That sounded
Um,
smooth. There you go.
and we can't see him.
Oh,
'Cause
there
his
you go.
time is not now.
Yeah. I mean, look on the Noel front. I've cooled off on the Noel takes. Like early in the season, that you asked me, I was, beating the proverbial Skip Bayless table. I was like, hey, why not? Why not Noel? But again, winning is the ultimate deodorant, and it makes you think like, you know what? Like you said, like, look, the team is winning. That's the most important. And
Mhm.
if he was what they needed to see, would he be getting some more run? Probably so. But right now, it just kind of is what it is. So I
Noel is like a new Hyundai. Tank is like a Corvette ZR1. I look,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
hey, listen,
uh,
hey, man, I'm
my bad.
sorry. Look, don't get me started on Jerry Wayne. Listen,
Yeah. Oh no, Jerry. Look,
get me
if I
started on Jerry Wayne.
look,
Don't get me started. That
look.
I
If
love
I
Jerry
if
Wayne.
I if I didn't want to go to jail, I run out on the field and tackle Jerry Wayne on his leg like he tackled Tank right now. Um.
It is what it is, man.
So,
But you don't
but
lose anything.
look, at the end of the day, man, Houston Texans should have, and I will say this again, they should have an easy dub on Sunday in the afternoon game, a weird Houston Texas
Bro,
3:30 game.
not to interrupt you.
Um,
When I saw that, I said against the Raiders. Again, no disrespect. I'm like
yeah.
a 3 o'clock slot that we
Mhm.
never get against the Raiders. Like what?
If you notice when we play California teams or teams that are far on the West Coast, or
Yeah,
even in that division, we normally play at like 3:30.
this is weird.
Um, when we play, I think when we played Chiefs at home a couple years ago, it was a 3:30 game.
Mm,
When we played the Broncos here, it was a 3:30 game. Not this year, but the last time we played the Broncos at home, it
yeah.
was a 3:30 game. Um, so I think that division, because it's the West Coast and they want the most viewers because that fan base is like rabid.
Yeah.
So they're going to travel and it's going to be a lot of black and gray in that stadium. I can
Mhm.
guarantee it. Yeah, battle red, yeah, as well for the Texans. But yeah, it should be because it's an easy dub. I want to hear your score prediction for the game, and y'all put it in the chat as well. What do y'all predict the score for this Texans Raiders game to be?
And I'll say this real quick before we go around the horn, I guess, or what we have next. I will say this to Nick Caley's credit and the offense's credit. The mark of a good team is when they make bad teams look exactly as they are. And
Mm-hmm.
you can say to the Texans' credit, every time we face a team that's been injury plagued, poor team, we have we've shown up and dropped like 30 plus, like for the
Yeah.
most part. Titans made them look bad. 49ers, like even though they had the seventh best scoring defense, like we blew them out. Um, Ravens, 44 burger them. Like the
Mm-hmm.
Texans have done a good job of making bad teams look exactly as they're supposed to, which is good. Like that is something that should not be understated. Like that's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to be Denver Broncos. You're not supposed to be barely beating bad teams.
Right.
If they're bad, there's supposed to be a wide margin between you and between them. And the fact
Mm-hmm.
that the Texans don't have that problem, or they haven't had that problem, even with the Cardinals, like the defense not playing up the standard, you blew them out by 20. Like that's how you're supposed to look, right? So I'm just
Mm-hmm.
saying credit to Kaylee, credit to the offense. They have shown up in those games. So that's
Yeah.
what gives me confidence to say Raiders, they should get smacked by about 2 scores, at least 2 scores. Like,
Look, I need a Texans belt so I can just go and swing it and
yeah.
say BTA. But definitely, what's your score prediction for this game?
Give me Oh shoot. Give me 36
Mm.
to 12.
See,
36-12
we're in that
Texans.
same ballpark. I said give me 38
Mm,
to 9.
okay.
No
Okay.
touchdowns. No
Okay.
touchdowns.
Okay. That's about yeah.
Yeah, I think I gave him a touchdown with Ruben on attack on Texans. I'm gonna take that back. Just give him 3 field goals.
Yeah.
Make it look decent. Make it look like they tried. But we got the Texans down, man. Let's go around the league because there's a lot of games on the schedule, and we'll start with Philly and Washington.
Dang.
Yeah, Philly gonna win that game.
Yeah.
Um, then we come back to Tampa Bay and Carolina.
Mm,
That's a good game in the sense that
mm.
that's for the division and for a playoff spot. Um, I'm gonna go Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay.
I'm gonna go Carolina. I'm gonna go
Mm,
Carolina. I, yep. Won't say
yeah.
why, but I got Carolina.
Then we got good old I forgot. So teams are playing on Saturday.
Oh, that which is good. Oh, you know what? That's how you know.
Yeah, so you got Green Bay. You got Green Bay playing on Saturday, along Philadelphia and Washington playing Saturday. You got Green Bay and Chicago playing on Saturday. That'll be a good game. But Green
Mm,
Bay is without Michael Parsons. Does
yep.
Green Bay pull the victory up out with Chicago in Chicago?
Oh, that's so hard. That's the definition of a coin flip game. Uh, ooh, that's hard. Give me the Packers, but barely.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go with the Bears and with the upset because
Yeah,
they're at home. But yeah, we'll go from there.
yeah,
Then you got Giants, Minnesota, the nobody cares game. I guess Minnesota.
yeah. It's gonna be Minnesota. Yeah,
Yeah. Another nobody cares game. I'm gonna
yeah.
stop calling it toilet bowl, but the New York Jets and the New Orleans Saints. I'm gonna go with the New Orleans Saints because they're on the heater right now.
Yeah. Hey man, shout out to Shuck. Shuck. Hey man,
Yeah.
they looking for to see what it's gonna do. The Saints got a chance to end the season on a 5-game win streak. So
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, man. Then you got the Cincinnati and Miami. And again another nobody cares game. Um,
Cincinnati, Miami.
I
Shit.
got Miami. I'm gonna put Quinn Ewers gonna get his first victory in his first start.
I got the Bengals blowing out the Dolphins by 2 scores. I got yeah.
Next game you got Kansas City, the Mahomes-less Kansas City Chiefs and Tennessee Titans
Oh,
in Tennessee.
stick a fork in the Chiefs. They done.
Think
I
Tennessee
think
upsets them?
I I don't think it's an upset. I think the Chiefs are just bad enough now. Did you see the injury report? They are destitute. They're done. I think the
Yeah,
Titans get. I think what is this? Will be their third or fourth win. So
yeah. Look at this. This part right here is very, very critical. If the Tennessee Titans win this game, it gives the Oakland. I keep wanting to call them Oakland. Gives the Las Vegas Raiders even more. I would say
incentive.
onus. Yes, incentive to not give full effort at 3:30.
Oh,
Not give
absolutely,
full
yeah,
effort at 3:30.
absolutely. Yeah. I think the Titans win this game, and they're going to tighten their way out of the top three. They're going to end up behind Cleveland. So
Yeah. That's the next game we can say Buffalo and Cleveland. Go ahead and Josh Allen it up.
yeah,
Shadur is gonna
that
get baptized.
bad. It's that
Yeah.
bad.
Then you got the Chargers and Dallas.
Mm,
Dallas.
I
We
got
don't,
Dallas because I need Dallas to win because
yeah,
I'm
we don't
Roger
ask much from you, Dallas Cowboys.
for real.
Can you just be competent and win the game?
I need
Win
Quinn
the
to
game
win
if we
football.
need you to win, Dallas. Just do your job. It's on Fox, man, your favorite station. Then you got Atlanta, Arizona. I mean, Atlanta,
Yeah,
they'll win that game. Jacksonville, Denver. This is yours. I'm gonna leave this all to you because I already know who you want to win. It's a catch
listen,
22.
it boy,
No
boy,
way.
this is the worst kind of situation narrative wise, because if the Jacksonville Jaguars win, we not going to hear the end of it from them.
Mhm,
They're going to be every kind of insufferable. They've already been that way, and the game has not been played yet. Um, if the Denver Broncos win, I can slightly stomach that more because you're giving the division to us at least for a week.
mhm,
So really, I don't care for none of y'all to win. Honestly, that's the real answer. But if somebody has to win, we need Denver if they are who they say they are,
mm,
which everybody and their mother from Denver, Colorado, and Aqib Talib apparently, has been cheerleading, pom-pomming it up, in the arena spaces. Like, if you are who you say you are, beat the Jaguars right there. You beat the Packers, do it again.
yeah.
Beat the Jaguars, beat them. You won't hear a peep from us. We'll say thank you so much. We'll take our little Christmas gift. We'll move on about our day.
Keep
If
him on.
you lose,
Mm,
Denver, if you lose, I don't want to
mm.
hear nothing about you. I don't want to hear it. I don't care. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear number one defense. I don't want to hear it keeps lead. I don't want to see the color orange for a week. I don't care. Like,
Mm.
no. As I said, it's the worst kind of catch 22, but we need some help from Denver. So, and we said off stream, it's more likely than not that the Texans will end Sunday evening with the AFC South lead. If
Yeah.
things go as they're supposed to, Denver wins, They clinch whatever they got to clinch, maybe. And the Texans beat the Raiders. We control the AFC South with 2 games left. That's
Mm-hmm.
how they're playing out. So,
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you. And we got the last few games. We got Pittsburgh and Detroit. That's be a
mm,
decent game. I think Detroit is fighting for their playoff lives.
I think Detroit
Um,
wins.
in Detroit though, too. So
Yeah, I think D10 wins.
I think Detroit wins, and then you have Baltimore and New England.
Ooh,
That's going to be interesting in Baltimore.
because
Um,
Baltimore is not out of it yet.
they're
So,
not. That's the thing. If Pittsburgh
mm,
loses and Baltimore wins, they're right back in
right back in there.
yeah, they're right back in there. So
Ooh,
could
I think.
could New England get upset?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think low key. We talked about chinks and Texans armor. I think the Patriots. You know, all right, increasing in, because we're increasing in schedule difficulty now.
Yeah.
I put out a list weeks ago that I was dragged for days for
Mm-hmm.
fraud watch. I'm just saying, and I like the Patriots. I like Drake May, what he's been doing this season. Mike Vrabel's a great coach, but their schedule is what it is, and
Mm-hmm.
now we'll see.
Look, Pooh cheese, man, Pooh
We'll
cheese.
see.
But I mean, it's that game could potentially put the Texans in position to possibly get the second seed in the playoffs behind the Denver Broncos. But last but not least, you got the San Francisco 49ers and the Indianapolis Colts. San
Nice.
Fran, I just need you to go ahead and put the Colts out of them.
Oh, look, San Fran, no, San Fran.
Yeah,
That's gonna
just
be.
put them out the misery, get them out the playoffs, let them go home and cry. Do a service for us, and do your job, San Francisco, because you still have a chance to win your division.
I just put
Um,
hey. So yep, they have a chance if San Fran wins out, including the last game in Week 18 against the Seahawks, they will be the overall 1 seed in the NFC. So they have
mhm.
every incentive to win every single game.
Yep,
So there you go.
absolutely, man. Again, man, it's been a great Friday night. I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go so y'all can watch that Alabama Oklahoma game that's going on right now. And
This first
everybody,
playoffs.
yeah, this first game of the playoff right
Bama.
now.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
I'm trying to tell you. So again, man, I appreciate everybody for chiming in and logging on and being on with us on this great Friday night. This has been another great episode of the H Town Rundown. This is your boy AD, and I got my co-host Clayton, and we will see y'all. I don't know what we're gonna do if we do the all 22, but you're gonna see us next week on a victory week as we beat the Las Vegas Raiders on Sunday
Just gotta
on a
win.
battle red day.
Mhm.
Last home game of the year. So y'all
Mm.
for sure. Y'all go ahead and show up and show out to NRG. And there you go. Greatness awaits, baby. Greatness awaits. Grafa.
Yeah.
But definitely we'll see y'all when we see y'all, man.
All right.
Peace.
Peace out.